All right, let's go ahead and look at the fifth grade workbook. We are on chapter 5.5 and on page 115, which is exercise 5. We are looking at numbers 1 and 2 in the basic section. We are learning how to do an area model here. So looking at the top of the screen, you can see that the problem is 1/2 of 3/5. So basically what you would do first is you would go ahead and create a model that represents one of the two fractions. I've chosen to do 3/5. You can tell because I broke the box into fifths. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to shade in 3 of those 5. 1/5, 2/5, 3/5, okay? And then I am going to, like an overlay, create the 1/2 fraction on the same model going with the lines going in an opposite direction. So if this were my box outline, I need 2 for the whole, and I'm only going to be filling in one of them. And I only fill in the portion that is already filled in from the previous fractions model. So I'm looking for this half here. If I were filling in the whole thing, it would look like this. The only portion that we're really concerned about is the part where they overlap. So we're looking at 1, 2, 3 pieces out of 4, 5, and another row of 5 of 10. Now we can do the regular math to see if that's true. We'll take 1/2 and we're going to multiply it by 3/10. Really, you just multiply across. You're cutting 3/5. You're cutting these pieces in half. All of the 3/5 you're going to be cutting into halves, which means you're doubling them in reality. Grr. 1 times 3, because we can set it up just like we would our improper fraction or a proper fraction multiplied by a whole number, with the numerators on the top as one equation and the denominators on the bottom as a different one. And just multiply across to see what you get. And we did end up getting the same answer. Let's go ahead and look down at the bottom one now. We are looking at 2/3. So I've created a box that represents thirds. All right, I'm going to fill in as it says 2, 1/3, and 2/3. So now, in a different color, I'm going to create the area model for 1/6. So I'm going to take my entire model and split it as if it were 4/6. So I'm going to create 6 separate columns and fill in, I'll get a different color so that we can see it better, one of those 6 columns. Now, mind you, we're only concerned about where they overlap as our numerator. So that's 1, 2 out of 3 times 6 out of 18 possible spaces. Let's see if that's correct. We'll rewrite our problem. Putting our numerators on the top as an expression and our denominators on the bottom as an expression at our equal sign. And there you go. You would just simplify that to 1/9 and you would be finished.